Just kind of a random vlog video kind of thing. I don't even know what I'm gonna really do yet. Except I got some things that I wanted to show you that I got from the loft. As a lot of you people probably already know, that my brother, after 30 years living in that one building over there in Bryn Mawr, California, moved. That's where my parents lived for 20 years, and then after, before they passed away and everything, we had a 3-car garage up there, and 3-car garage, and up above the 3-car garage was a huge loft, all sorts of stuff that was up there in storage. But what my brother and I didn't know was that a lot of that stuff in the boxes there, was stuff that my parents had accumulated and kept, for 50, 60 years. It's just unbelievable. So anyway, we've been going through this stuff. He's all the way out now in he's at least an hour away from where I live now, where it used to be like 15, 20 minutes. Now he's all the way out west in Elgin, so I'm kind of alone down here. But anyway, yeah, I've been depressed, and stuff, and been hesitating going through these boxes. He has a lot of the stuff that he took with him, because he was going to rent a storage space at first, and I said I went through enough of that BS. I just got everything out of storage, and I don't want to go through that anymore. So, and I don't have room over here, so he just took stuff with him, and he's looking through the boxes, and then he's bringing some stuff back, for me to go through. And I got a ton of boxes over here. I got at least 50 boxes, big boxes of stuff to go through, and I don't know what's in there, but I've been looking through a lot of them, and I've been finding some stuff that's just mediocre, just junk and stuff like that. But there was a lot of stuff that my dad and my ma saved from my childhood, and some of the stuff what I found, I'm going to show you tonight, and there's some other things too that I wanted to show you and talk about. So bear with me, because this is not planned or anything. It's just going to be like at random. And my birthday's coming up in a couple days or so, and so I'm just having a few beers here. Ooh. Whiny Kugels. Cranberry ginger shandy. Oh yeah. 4.2% alcohol. Damn, focusing is off, Oh, if I put it in front of my... never mind. Oh! Thought I was going to go over. I might not even upload this, man. I don't know. I'm so nostalgic, and kind of sad when I see all this stuff. Kind of depressing. I don't know. I've been depressed anyway. But anyway, here's a thing that I found in there, and I don't know if my ma kept this or my dad, but I used to play a hell of a lot of marbles. I got a big marble collection. I'm coming across even more bags of marbles. I got a theory about all this. First of all, I got to explain to you that we lived on Roscoe Avenue near School Street in Chicago, and it was right across the street from a place called Hoffing's Department Store. And wasn't much of a department store. Well, that's what they were called, but it just had a first floor and a basement. In the basement, they had all sorts of stuff for the kids, all sorts of toys and Mark's toys and marbles, everything. And I think that my dad was just as much fascinated with a lot of the stuff that was available here, you know, in America's, you know, with American pop culture and the type of things that, you know, would be a part of American pop culture, you know, the things that they would advertise in Playboy magazine and in comic books. I think he was just as much fascinated with that as I was as a kid, but he never said anything, and he was very, very much against, you know, any kind of guns and things of that nature, except if it had to do with, you know, cowboys, and even then he didn't like it that much. But here's some marbles. A whole bag of marbles that it doesn't look like it was ever opened. All this stuff is from like between 1958 and 1963. That much I can tell you. I kind of remember marbles like this being sold at Hoffing's department store, and it's got a price tag there, 29 cents. Cat's eyes. I used to love playing marbles. I loved it. And to see all this, man, it's just unbelievable. Wow. It's just, and I can't figure out why really my parents kept a lot of this stuff. I'm not sure, but you know, we came over here from Germany back in 1957, and my father was kind of an outlaw over there because back in the 40s during the war, he was against the war and against Hitler, and his brother, my Uncle Otto, and my middle name is named after Uncle Otto. He was my Uncle Otto was actually a communist. He was and that's probably why they were, you know, after my dad a lot to try to find out where my Uncle Otto was, you know, and my father would just tell him, I don't know where my brother is, you know. He knew he was in Holland, and the Gestapo went after him in Holland and stuff. Eventually they found him, but anyway, that's probably the reason why my dad hated guns. Everything was about guns, and then, you know, the war broke out, you know, and it was just a bad time. It was really a bad time. But when we came over here in '57, there was so much pop culture. Everything was different here, and I think that my parents were just as much fascinated with it as I was as a kid. For some reason, I don't know for sure, but I think that's what it was. And my dad used to buy all sorts of stuff from the magazines, even probably from comic books. This, I'm sure, came from Hoffing's department store, and maybe it was meant for me or something, but I probably stopped playing with marbles at some point, and they kept all these things because I guess these were not things that you can get, you know, in the old country. At least it wasn't like this at all. And then here's a couple of things that still in this still in this paper here. I don't know what kind of paper it is. It seems like wax paper, but it's not really wax paper. I don't know. But this was something that, I mean, the condition of this is just unbelievable. This was something that I would see advertised in comic books from time to time. And I think I remember having one of these, and my dad must have ordered this for me or something. I don't know, but I probably, and the stuff was so cheap, you know, and he was working, you know, and making money. Wow. So this is what it is, you know. This 5-in-1 thing, you know. It's got a mirror on there. It looks kind of dirty and stuff. Oh, compass. 5-in-1 thing. I think it's a 5-in-1. Oh my God, 10-in-1. It's the original instructions paperwork. And I remember at parties, we had people over and stuff like that, and we lived in a community, I mean in a neighborhood where it was all one culture. I mean, it was a common culture. We shared a common culture with Irish, Austrians, Germans, and some Italians in that neighborhood in Lakeview. And we made a lot of friends over there. My family did, and then we'd have parties. We belonged to the same clubs and stuff like that. Well, not me, but my parents did. And he always pulled out some stuff that he thought was funny, you know, at these gatherings. We had, like, almost every other week we had some kind of a gathering at our house. You know, a lot of the people that lived in the neighborhood, that we all got to know each other, and they would come over to the house. That's where he had this. He must have. I showed you this in the previous video. That's where this came from. I mean, there used to be a part over here that would was part of the shaker and stuff like that. And I think there were other. I think there was a hat or something. But my dad would pull out all this crazy stuff, and you know, people would be having fun and laughing at it and stuff like that, and the gimmicks and all that. He was just fascinated with that stuff. But I never knew he kept so much of this. And here's another one. And I do remember as a kid having something like this. And these, I know, were ordered from a comic. Must have been ordered from a comic book. I don't know. I mean, they could have been advertised in other magazines as well, I suppose. But I always seen these in comic book ads, and I was before I decided to make this video, I was actually going through some of my comic books to try to locate an ad that had that in there, but it was taking me too long, and I just didn't want to deal with it no more. Kind of depressing and stuff like that for me. But here's something interesting. The yo-yo. I had a few of these, but this is another one that I found recently. Roy Rogers. I had some Gene Autry ones that I still have. I might have showed them. This is a Roy Rogers and Trigger one, probably from 1961. The plastic is stuck to the yo-yo. I don't know if you can see that. I remember my dad doing tricks. You know, we were sitting around in the table, around the dining room table, and there were other people there. We had. I should have got the pictures of that. I got some pictures of that too. He's got you could see all the alcohol on the table and stuff like that. Not that they were big drinkers; they weren't at all. But you could see the bottles of different liquor, shots of different liquor, and wine bottles, and there were some beer bottles on the table. And there were, all the people were sitting around. There must have been about 12 people or so. But he was always pulling out these gimmicks and these things from ads that he found. He was just fascinated with that type of stuff. We never had this in back in the old country, yo-yos and stuff like that. So That must have been part of the reason why he kept a lot of this stuff. Maybe for sentimental value or something, I don't know. And here, as much as he hated guns, take a look at this. This, or maybe this is why he, you know, bought this, because this was so fascinating. This has got to be from 60, as far as I know, from 62, 61, maybe 63, I don't know exactly. Made in Hong Kong. And I guess this is the whole card with the whole display with the everything on it, and it's a complete one too. And kids would just, I guess, pull them off, you know, pull one off, whatever they wanted, and pay for it. And here's the whole thing, and they're made out of metal with plastic handles. And that's all in the card. I kind of remember my dad joking around and pulling out, you know, these little guns and, you know, shooting them and stuff like that. Because I think these actually work with, you know, you can put a cap in there. Yeah, they work. Put a cap in there and stuff. But look at the guns. They got a Colt 45, which was the original Army issue, Colt 45, and then, I don't know, a snub-nose 38. I don't know what that one is exactly. Here's a 44 revolver, Magnum revolver right there. There's a black powder pistol. Black powder pistol. Let me go back and show you this. What looks like a 44 revolver. Snub-nose 38. These are all these miniguns, and here's the Army issue, standard Colt 45. Or wait a minute, no, this is the 44. Excuse me. This is the 44 revolver. Just unbelievable. He must have been so fascinated with this stuff, and I never knew about this. You know, I mean, I might have seen them in the department stores and stuff like the mom and pop shops, because that's the time that I grew up. You know, and I was just captivated by American culture, and that's how I got into comic books. You know, but he probably kept this far away from me because he didn't like me playing with guns at all, you know. So that's, I don't know, man. Just, it kind of blows my mind here. My mom used to love watching wrestling on TV. It was all fake and stuff like that, but you know, they didn't know it at the time, and neither, you know, we all know it now how fake it was, but she used to hate it when, you know, the nice guys, as she would call it, in German, were being, you know, battered and beaten by the bad people. She just couldn't believe it. She hated the violence, but she watched wrestling. I don't know. And this is something that my dad must have thought was somehow curious. He was always interested. You know, my dad was the kind of an individual who would fix his own things. He would invent things. You know, I remember one time he made me a musical carousel when I was like 3 or 4 years old, before I even, you know, was in this country. And he would be able to repair shoes, put new soles on them. He did everything himself. And he made me one time when I got interested in chemistry. Everybody had chemistry sets and stuff like that when I was growing up. And he made me a test tube holder and he used cigar tubes. And they were, you know, large, you know, test tubes. Everybody, all the kids that I knew had these small test tubes, and I had these big ones. And I said, well, my dad made me this test tube holder, and I don't know where he got these from. And then I figured out it was from the cigars. So he always did stuff like that. And he always was fascinated with these gimmicks that you would find in ads. And that's how I think he came across this. Look at that. You know what that is? Removes blackheads. Original box, everything. I don't know why this damn camera focuses and sometimes then it doesn't. There we go. So let me take this out of the... this was advertised in comic book, and I found my comic book. Oh, look at this. It has instructions in there, too. Holy shit. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to swear, but... I gotta use this to get it out. It's got instructions in there. Oh, man, look at this. This was must have been one of the things that they were making fun of at the parties. You know, you always look for stuff like this in magazines and shit. Oh, wow. And here is the actual item. Supposedly this thing can suck out the I'm afraid to try to use it because it's so old and I might break something, but I don't want to try to use it. Supposedly it sucks out the blackheads out of your skin. This was in the comic book ads. Let me show you something here. Yep. This is the same. This is it. The exact same thing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. When I saw that, I thought to myself, man. All right, here. Let me show you that appeared in this comic book right here, Archie. This is number 24. Vacutex. Archie Comics number 24 from 1947. So it's kind of weird. I don't know where he got this from, but they must have had this in later issues as well, unless he found it someplace, some store or something. I don't know, but there it is. Ugly blackheads out in seconds. See, under the number 2, it says Vacutex. From 1947, Archie Comics number 24. And I went to FedEx because, as some people have called me, the king of poster making. I had to make a blow up of that ad, and that's it right here. And I thought about, maybe putting this on a wall somewhere and then adding this to it, the original item that's advertised from the comic book. It's just amazing. But there's no copyright date on the box, so I'm not 100% sure. It's an old box, so it must have been, maybe it's the original from the 1940s and he must have found it someplace. I don't know, but I can't picture these things actually working, I mean, come on. Vacutex, ugly blackheads out in seconds, man. You squeeze them out. Why you want to suck them out for? I have to go to the washroom, god darn it, and I'm sorry, but I've got to stop the video. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me put that thing away here. This Vacutex. Pull out your damn blackheads. What happens if you, well, they might be useful if you got one around your naughty bits or something, I don't know. Where was this? It was like that? Thought I had another thing. I don't know. Alright, well, anyway. There it is. I'm fascinated with stuff like this, and that's probably where I got that from. My father must have been fascinated with that as well. Or else he would have never saved all this stuff. I wish he would have saved the comic books. So far I haven't come across any comic books, but I don't know, I might. But I doubt it, What else is there I want to show you? Whoa, what was that? Something just came down. I don't know what it was. I don't care. I'll have a beer. My birthday anyway. So that's this. Oh, here. I wanted to show you this. Oh, goodness sakes. Drop my tweezers. I'm getting ready to do a diorama. In one of the previous videos, Christmas videos, I showed you the guns. I mean the 6-shooter cowboy guns and belt that I had. And what the hell is this? How do I open this? But I also showed you the that mini camera, just very briefly. But I wanted to show it to you now in more detail here. This is the box I kept it in. I put it in a special box to preserve it. Now, this is the box that I think that the camera came in, but I bought this box online. I forgot where, because I had the camera for years and years and always wanted to get the film for it. Still haven't been able to find any film for that camera, but I did find a place where that had the box, and the box wasn't cheap. I paid $10 for this box. But as far as I know, it's the original box for this original camera. And I want to show you the camera close up, which I wasn't able to do in the other video. Give you a close-up view of this. These are these mini spy cameras that they you always see in the comic book ads. I wish I could figure out a way to focus it better. I'm having a problem with this damn thing. Still got the shutter here switch. Let me see if I can open this. Yeah, you lift this up, I think. Yeah. And it's got this thing right here. Right there. Lift that up. This was supposed to be able to help you focus. I remember taking some pictures with this camera. This is the camera that I had as a kid. And oh, there it goes. The pictures were out of focus. They were terrible. There's the inside of it. I mean, they were okay, but I mean, they were for the kind of camera that it is. Again, there's the inside of it, you know. It didn't take very good pictures, but it was interesting, and I enjoyed having it, you know, and having some crazy fun with it as a kid. And then I never knew what happened to it. And my ma kept it. My ma kept it, and I think, or my dad, I don't, you know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think my mom was the one that really kept everything. So I guess in a lot of ways I can be lucky. I mean, how many people can, I mean, these things, you can't even find them anywhere. I never saw, I don't think I ever saw them on eBay or anything, these mini spy cameras. And it's nigh impossible to find the film for these darn things, and I'm still having a problem with this damn camera. Every time I look, my eyes are going in a different direction. But I got a new camera to replace this one, but I haven't got it connected yet. But it just does not. Every time when I'm done recording the video and I review it, it looks like I'm staring someplace else. It's freaking crazy. Yeah, so I don't know. I've been kind of freaking depressed and stuff. It's hard to get out of the depression, especially around the holidays. You know, your family's all gone and all your friends are moved away, or they're dead too. Holy shit. But, you know, my buddy Todd is in Indiana. Scott is in Canada. So what are you supposed to do? It's going to be a weird video. I might not even upload it. I don't know. Oh, here. How long have I been making this video now? I don't even know. It says only 8 minutes. Oh, that's the second part, because I had to go upstairs and use the necessary room. Here is something that I think that maybe somebody might be interested in. This is the first release of a 1960s TV Batmobile from the Danbury Mint. And I have one in my display case, and this is another one that I had gotten of the Batmobile from 1966 from the TV show. And I'm going to put this up on eBay. Now, I've seen some of them for sale. It's still in the styrofoam box, mint in the styrofoam. The box itself, it's got some water damage right there. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So that's the box. Does have some water damage on it right there. But the Batmobile itself in here is in mint. Take a look at that. I think that's something that goes into the Batmobile, into the trunk of the car. There it is. I don't think I'm gonna take it out of this. Oh, this is just a beauty. I don't think I want to take it out of the styrofoam. But man, this is a beauty. I have another one that's in my display case. But I've seen these on eBay, and you can check it yourself. Some of them are trying to be sold for as high as $300 and over $300. And I've seen the cheapest one, I think, was like $185, and then there was like $18 in shipping. And here I go taking it out of the styrofoam anyway. It's got rubber tires, beautiful rubber tires. Just a beauty here. Wow. You can open it and you can see the engine in there. Highly detailed, really nice. And I think the back opens up too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yes, it does. Look at that. Oops. This is just an absolute beautiful, beautiful version of that. Just true in almost every detail. Man. So anyway, what I was going to do before I put it up on eBay, I was going to see if anybody was interested. And if anybody is interested in it, I'm gonna, since it's, really up there in the prices. I mean, this thing originally cost like, I think $160, $150, and it's going for like $340, $350, $200, plus shipping. I'm gonna probably put it up there for $200, including the expedited shipping, priority shipping. Comes with the certificate and unpacking instructions, and I even have the original invoice here. I think this is the original invoice. If this is the original invoice, I can give you the original price of this. Yes, it is the original invoice, and the original price was, where is it? $149 plus the shipping was $157. And that was way back. That was in 2005. Almost 12 years ago. So, if anybody's interested, I will sell it for $200. That includes the priority shipping, which is probably around $20. So actually, it's costing about $180. And I wouldn't be selling this if I didn't have another one, and I do. So anyway, thought I'd show that and offer it. Somebody might want to buy it. That thing is so beautiful, I just can't let it go for the same price what I paid for it. And besides, with the shipping and everything. So if I sell it for $200, it's about $20 in shipping. So that comes to about $180 that somebody would actually be paying me, and I paid $157 or $106. I'm only making $25 on it. So what the hell? No wonder people are trying to sell it for $350. Well, excuse me. I'm a very depressed man. Shit. There's something else I want to put up on eBay. Well, I don't know if anybody's interested in this, but I think this is a, excuse me. Nice rubber tires. I think this is a Würzburger beer truck, and I think it's 1/32 scale. So, pretty nice. It's metal and plastic. Similar ones are on eBay for $25, $30, $40 plus the shipping. I'm probably going to put this up there for $25, including the shipping. Priority shipping. Nice. It's a beautiful truck. I might decide to keep it, man. I don't know. This comes off. You see how it focuses sometimes and then other times it doesn't? I don't know, this damn camera. Chassis are metal, the body is plastic, the tires are made out of rubber. I love stuff like this. Back opens up so you can hijack the beer truck. Würzburger Hofbrau. Pretty neat. Neato. Very, very careful with that. I don't want to break nothing. Now we shall gently and securely put it back in the box. Well, okie dokie then. That's about all I got for you right now. I mean, there's a lot more stuff that I got that's coming out of the loft. And I might show you some of the other stuff that's not related to pop culture. I mean, it's interesting, you know. I was just... this kind of shocked me right here. This stuff. These guns, you know. Keychain guns, it really... shocked me. Well, it all did, actually. I wasn't expecting to find a bag of cat's eye marbles, 29 cents. And these 5 and 10 and 1. I wish I could. I'm gonna try to find the ads to this. I know I've seen these ads, and the way I am, I like to blow up the ads if I have an item for it, you know, like this. 10 and 1 scope. I can't remember what they would charge for this, you know. But it's really a cheap thing, you know. Kids would always buy stuff from the comic book ads, and they were expecting something tremendous, something really cool, and what they got was usually a piece of junk. Occasionally you get something that was really cool, but most of the time it was just a piece of junk. An old piece of junk like me. Anyway, so that's about all what I got for you right now, and hell, boy, I wish a lot of people would live closer together in this comic book community, you know, and be nicer, you know, get together with people and just hang out and shoot shit at, you know, on the weekends, go to cafes and talk to shoot, talk to shit to shoot. What the hell am I talking about? I had too much shandy. Oh, hey, look at this. Oh, I gotta show you this before I sign off. Sea monkeys. You know, the original, everybody recognizes the sea monkey ads in the comic books. This is not an original product from those ads. The original, because I used to have it, I know. Shit, I might find one in those boxes, the Loft. I don't know. But the original was sea monkeys came in a little box, kind of like this. Not, you know, but this size, a box like this. That's how they came. But it's still the same inside. All they are is brine shrimp. That's all what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, people. I will catch y'all next time.